Good morning, this is Pigsy doing another video. So it's just quite a strange experience. I think it's possibly to do with alkaloids and some of the plants were in my flat. Because, because they're quite strong alkaloids they've got that are other sorts of properties to them, and I've had some effects on my body. I've still got something, I don't know if it's just the virus is lingering, but still haven't cleared something off my chest. And I was wondering if that had a connection to do with the plants, the alkaloid plants, because I know for the snake plant it restricts the throat, and so it felt a bit tight or a bit phlegmy in the morning, but it could be lots of things. It could be the reaction of putting different plants together, because they're going to start, they communicate either through the roots or through the air, the chemistry in the air. And so that's one possible reason, and I'll tell you what's happened in a bit. And I've also got a brugmansia, which is powerful stuff, and it can give you prophetic dreams if you sleep underneath one, so they say, but it's not in a flowering stage, it's just leafing up. But however, the alkaloids are quite strong on the leaves, so I just keep feeding it water and keep growing at the moment. When it's in full bloom, the effect of it might be really powerful. It has never flowered yet, but somebody said it's quite a thirsty plant, so I'm feeding it lots of water as it's growing. And also another tip I found about plants is basically if they are growing, then their metabolism goes up through the roof, so you can water them more than you would normally at sort of like maintenance level. And in the winter it's reversed, you water them less. You know, you might want the soil to be moist slightly, but you don't want to be sort of constantly watering it, because you'll just kill it off, because its metabolism is low active. It's like a bit like feeding someone who's sleeping, you know, it's the wrong time to put a lot of food into it. And so what I had last night is some odd things. In the early hours, I had my eyes, I had a few odd dreams, and I'll get into them. And then I had these like shadow beings in the peripheral sort of vision, kind of in front of me. When my eyes are closed, I see these I would call them the mushroom hat men, because they had heads that were mushrooms and bodies, and I just thought that was really unusual. And they're just standing looking at me and moving around. And when I opened my eyes, there's nothing there. There's no kind of shadows that could form them. There was nothing black, nothing I could miss, sort of, you know, like from the silhouette or something, I could misappropriate what it is. Because there was just light in front of me after I opened my eyes. Bits of light. And it was about 6 in the morning, but I also had a couple of other dreams where they'd been hacked slightly. There was Anaril. I was looking at something and it had some writing. It had some writing that didn't make any sense, and it also had the numbers. I wish I remembered them, because if it was somebody's address or something, they'd be so nuts to phone that up and find that and say, like, do you know, I dreamt your number in a dream. Like, what? I received some phone call from some random person. But it was Anaril. Or something like that. The writing was odd as well. Maybe there's more than one set of writing there. Like a child has started writing something on the end of it, because the letters weren't in a line, they were just sort of bounced and moved around a bit. Anyway, so I saw that bit of paper. Did I get up twice to the toilet? I really woke up and went back to sleep. And then there was something whereby I knew what day it was in the dream. So, oh well, it's a Thursday. So you only got a few jobs, and then you can go and do this, go off and do this other project. And I thought, that's strange. I wouldn't normally know what day it is in a dream, or how I was aware of my other life in essence, because I was somewhere else in my dream. So I thought that was odd, and then I went back to, so I went up and I did get up at that time, I did go to the toilet, and then I came back and I laid on the bed, but I decided to lay the other way round. I thought it might be more comfortable. And I was somewhere, and I guess I was on holiday in my dream, and I'd got into I was swimming in a swimming pool. There was some chap who was underwater next to me, and as I swam underwater, I thought, do I need to breathe? And I thought, well, we don't have to breathe yet, we'll see how far we can go. And then I took a breath, and I was aware I breathed in my physical world. So I thought to myself, in the dream world, you know, how did I breathe underwater? You know, maybe you took the air in, but you avoided taking the water into your lungs, or something. I was trying to think. But I thought we'd better be careful. So what's possibly happened is I've held my breath in the real world, in this essence, or whatever this real world is, in this physical domain. And that's odd, because I've never been sort of aware of that and crossing over between the dream world and I wanted to go that direction, being able to go within the dream, but I can see there's the dangers in it, because you might do things physically while you're asleep. Now, what happens if I decided to swim in the sea and I just held my breath and went further down? I mean, I possibly would end up phasing out within the dream world, just black out in there. So yeah, I think definitely possibly some alkaloid involvement there from the plants and the influence. There are some sort of, I've got that mushroom magic San Pedro in my bedroom, and I just see these weird mushroom type things, and they could be the cactuses, but they were maybe the plant spirits. It's just the way people are. They only care about themselves. People that walk on the pavement, and then you've got cars that let you go, or vans, and people just sort of wander around. Oh well. Yes, there's possibly some sort of plant spirit intervention there. Especially they've got mushroom heads on them, long bodies like a slender man. Quite interesting, but they didn't really have any details, so I don't know where they are. A mushroom dimension. I have to meditate on these things. But the other thing is, if that's at that level, it's going to get a lot stronger, because the brumage is never flowered, and it needs to get to a certain height before it starts to flower usually. So if I grow it as much as I can, and then see what happens. The flowers are like almonds, yeah, because normally people don't grow them in their flats. They have them. They would have them outside. And once it gets to a hardy stage, I've got a few other things I want to grow, and also it'd be quite awesome. I've got a coffee plant, and they've got leaves that smell like lavender, jasmine. Not leaves, it's scrambled. Flowers that smell of jasmine. Anyway, this is Peter signing off. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.